have a system of grading in traditional schools that has just existed the way that it's always existed for 150 years, just because.
Yeah.
And
Just because. Yeah.
I think it's a fairly pernicious system. I think that students really do take on the identity of the grades that they get in a way that is not healthy for their education. You know, you hear people, they say, I'm an A student, or I'm a C student. It's never like, I have a C level competency in
Yeah.
8th grade math.
Yeah. And even just that, I think of like giving an assignment back with a grade, the difference between that and then, like, I've done some work around like quest-based learning where it's delivered as a quest and they submit it, and when you return it, if it's not quite where you want it to be as the instructor, they don't take that on as like, oh, I failed or I have an F. They really just jump in and go, I'm going to redo that.
Right.
And it's not like I never overtly explain that. It's just because there's no written grade on it, they just re-engage. And sometimes when you write the grade, they're like, oh, like it completely shuts them off.
It completely shuts down. And what I learned through my course of studying is that there was a period of time where the psychologists in the 1980s were studying engagement and grading.
Okay.
And they did all these studies where it was students got stuff back with written verbal feedback.
Okay.
And then the other group of students got written verbal feedback and a grade. And those students were significantly less likely to re-engage with the material, be interested in studying the material in the future.
Yeah.
And if you look at a traditionally graded paper, you know, comments, maybe this was wrong, this, that, and then it's got a grade at the top. If you just cover up that grade, you don't know any less information. You just know you're able to focus on the feedback.
Yeah. It's just like minus the judgment. Yeah, which people internalize.
And then they use it to compare themselves to their classmates, right? Like when you hand back a traditionally graded paper or a test, it's like, oh, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Right. That's true.
And I argue that those
Versus like getting a hand back, what'd you learn?
Yeah, like, oh, what did you what area did you do well in? And oh, I didn't do well in this area. How can I learn from what you did? It's more like I'm just gonna flatly compare myself to you as the person sitting next to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird system when you think about it that way.
It is.